The Honorable Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, the Governor of the Central Bank, allow me with tremendous humility to adopt the protocols that have been well laid out. Usually when you are speaking to a panel that is as distinguished as this, you are afraid that you may fail to recognize someone. So just in case, I want to also announce that I fear you all. I'm almost tempted to speak in Kiswahili so as to dissuade the notion that we went to school just to learn English. But on behalf of the membership of the Law Society, let me first start by thanking Strathmore and all the organizers of this conference for bringing us together to discuss what is indeed a very, very timely topic, a discussion that we should have had a long time ago, because as they say, conflict is inevitable, but combat is optional. And so we recognize, especially as a law society, that we are living in a globalized economy, that one crisis in another part, an economic crisis in another part of this world will naturally flow and affect the economies in other countries. And so there is a need, therefore, to have adjustments in the legal strategy that we employ so that they are relevant to the times of today. And so therefore, it is our view that when it comes to addressing the needs of the bankers and balancing the needs of the bankers with its customers, that mediation of most of the disputes is the way to go. We say this because we recognize mediation as a tool that enables the bank and the customer to resolve their dispute in a manner that sustains the relationship. And I think that is the beauty about mediation, that you have someone who is standing in the middle of the bank and the customer, and trying to bring them together for what you call a win-win solution, because as the CEO has said here, the law is never clear. So we look at the challenges that the world has faced. We have for those of us who follow global trends, you are familiar with the Lehman liquidation that happened in 2008 and the kind of crisis that it led in Hong Kong, that then pushed the business community and the regulators to adopt mediation as a way of resolving most of the banking disputes that they are facing. You look at Indonesia, it also has developed regulations from its central bank, moving or encouraging the bankers to adopt mediation, and I think that that is the route that as a country we should take. So I would, on the part of the Law Society and taking into cognizance Article 159 on alternative dispute resolution, and appreciating the need to have mechanisms for banking mediation. We hope that at the end of this summit, we can be able to come up with a resolution that one of the things that we need to do is to improve on what we have in terms of the banking charter, to develop regulations that will guide how banking mediation is going to be conducted. The chair of the Law Society's Alternative Dispute Resolution Committee is here. Senior Counsel Mr. Ohaga. And I'm sure that this is a discussion that we can have between the Law Society and the bankers. Look at what other countries have come up with in terms of ensuring that you have a structured way of handling mediation disputes. And I hope that it's one of the things that we can actually come out of this, because the more you have a structured response and very clearly well laid out plans for conducting mediation, then we would be able to achieve economic growth, because as lawyers, we are engineers of economy. And of course, we understand that in that process, disputes will arise. But the faster resolution of those disputes is always in favor of our clients. And so, Gashora, you can have no doubt that lawyers will always support any initiative that will ensure an accelerated resolution of the disputes, because for most businesses, you will make money from a business if it can be able to resolve its dispute in a timely manner and lock resources to be able to continue being in operation, because that way then the economy prospers, and lawyers being the engineers of economic deals, then we tend to prosper. So I'm just here to give that assurance that we will be willing to work together with like-minded partners to see how then we can develop a proper legal framework to entrench mediation of banking disputes. And I want to once again appreciate Strathmore and the organizers of this event for bringing this wonderful panel together. And I wish each and every one of you wonderful deliberations. Asanteni sana.